Friday. Shit, does it say who's fucking playing us in the movie?
No, but it's Miramax, so I'm sure it'll be Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. You know, they put them in a bunch of movies.
Who?
You know, those kids from Good Will Hunting?
You mean that fucking movie with Mork from Ork in it?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan either. But Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
Word, bitch. Phantom's like a motherfucker.
What's up now?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to Graveyard Shift. My name is Randall, and today we're going to be talking about the 1998 blockbuster film Phantoms, starring one Ben Affleck, Liev Schreiber, Peter O'Toole, and what's her name? Rose McGowan. Good times. So yeah, man, I've been dying to watch this movie and then talk about it. So it was up first for Graveyard Shift for like my actual, I got notes about it. Now, forgive me, I'm going to have to read off my phone a little bit. I don't have I need to buy one of those things that, it's like what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it scrolls whatever you write, it'll let you read it so I can look at the camera while I'm reading. But I don't have one of those right now, so we're just going to go based on, the internet, my phone notes. And then I did a Gore-Score. This is our inaugural Gore-Score for Graveyard Shift, so I'm very excited to talk about this movie. I hope you are too. I don't know if you've seen this before or not, but yeah, dude, this is a film adaptation from a book written by Dean Koontz, if I'm not mistaken. It was directed by Joe Chappelle. It came out in 1998. It's 96 minutes in length. Like I said, I already gave you all the people that are in the movie. This movie is interesting because when it came out, based on the poster, I think a lot of folks expected it to be a Scream ripoff. It has a very similar layout that Scream popularized, right? And it came out in 1998, and there was a lot of movies around that time that were doing the Scream thing. We had I Know What You Did Last Summer. What were the bigger ones? It was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Urban Legends was really a popular one. Then you had what was the one with? Hold on one second. I can figure this out real quick. Dude, even Bollywood had one called Shh. Dude, shout out Bollywood. I'm fixing to do a Bollywood movie review pretty soon. Yeah, I'll get into that later. Anyways, they had a Halloween H2O, which I really like. The Faculty is the one I was thinking of. The Faculty. That movie is awesome. I think The Faculty might be my favorite one out of the bunch. Anyways, based on this poster, though, you might think that you're getting another Scream-type movie where it's like a slasher killer thing. That's not what this is at all. Oh, and before we go any further, most of my reviews on this channel are going to be filled with spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, fair warning. This channel should just be called Spoiler Talk. There's probably already a channel called that, I would think. Anyhow, the quick overview of this movie. The resort town of Snowfield, Colorado is under attack by an evil spirit that almost wipes out the entire population, possessing a number of those that it kills. As the locals continue to fall victim to the demonic presence, it's up to Sheriff Bryce Hammond, played by Ben Affleck, to lead the response. He's helped by FBI-employed academic Dr. Timothy Flight, played by Peter O'Toole, Deputy Stu Wargle, Liev Schreiber, and local doctor Jennifer Paley, played by Joanna Going, and her visiting sister, Lisa, played by Rose McGowan. I don't know. Overviews on these movies don't typically give you a lot of information, which I guess is pretty good. I'm the type of person that when I have a trailer for something, if it shows too much, rarely do I care. I didn't like the fact that Abigail showed that she was a vampire. That really pissed me off. They shouldn't have done that. There's been a couple of movies recently where they shouldn't have shown you the thing that really made the movie awesome. But I guess if they didn't do that, people might not have shown up to the theaters. I don't know, man. But anyways, I wrote down some notes for this film. I watched it just a couple days ago. I wish I'd watched it today so I could have it really fresh in my mind. But this movie is excellent, man. The book is... I'm reading the book right now. I say reading. I'm listening to it on audiobook. In the first 30 minutes of this movie, you're not really sure what kind of movie it is. It almost seems like a haunted town film or something, which I guess it kind of is, right? It's a while before it's obvious that it's a cosmic horror, Lovecraftian style film. There's some similarities with movies like The Mist, even The Thing a little bit. You'll if you watch this, you'll see there's a lot. This one wears its inspirations on its sleeve. Specifically, The Mist and The Thing represented heavily in this movie. Dude, within the film, the Liev Schreiber's character, Dude, he's such an antagonist in this movie. I kind of love it. I don't understand all the hate that Ben Affleck gets. I thought he was fine in this movie. A little miscast, I guess, because he's not really a cowboy type, and he's got like this small town cowboy hat wearing sheriff thing going on. But I think he did fine. He was really young in this movie. At one point during the film, there's like this bird flying out a window, and three of the characters literally unload like 50, 60 rounds into this window trying to kill a bird. I just wanted to point out that I thought that was absolutely absurd. I wish this movie was streaming. I had to watch it on a DVD. I don't even have it on like Blu-ray or anything, but you know, whatever, man. How many times am I going to watch this in my life? Maybe once or twice more, so I don't need to upgrade it. This is just fine. I watched it on a 75-inch TV. It looked fine to me. Sounded okay. Didn't have any special features, which I was a little bummed about, but yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good movie. I really liked the pacing of this film for the most part. It never really bored me too much. The atmosphere was really great. The sound design, for the most part, was really, really good. I thought it did very well. I noticed a couple of really cool transitions within the film. So like it would do something, and when it was transitioning to another scene, it wasn't just a fade in and out. It was something cool happening, or like a shoe walking past of like a like they're looking from a low angle, and like a boot would walk past, and as it walked past, the scene changed. I don't know. I just noticed a couple cool transitions. There's a scene about halfway in the movie though where this guy's like in a sewer, and the monster starts to come after him, and the editing is so bad. It's incredibly choppy. Like every like half second there's a cut, and it's going like this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and he's like freaking out, and he's trying to get to this ladder to climb out. I didn't like the editing a ton in this movie, but the pacing I thought was okay. The editing, it's weird because you talk about the pacing and the editing, and they're kind of tied together, right? But I found the pacing to be fine, the editing to be kind of poor. So earlier I mentioned that this movie wears its inspirations on its sleeve, right? There's a point in the movie where this dog is hanging out, and its back splits open, and this big creature comes flying out of it. It's got like tentacles and whatnot. And at that point, you are very aware that this movie pays a lot of homage to The Thing. I thought it was great personally. So I think, some people are going to think that's corny or whatever. I like it when movies tip a cap to something that inspired them. You know what I'm saying? Also, before I get to the Gore-Score here, I want to say, man, Liev Schreiber, is that how you say it? Is it Liev? Liev Schreiber absolutely stole this film. Absolutely stole it. He's probably the most interesting character in the entire movie, and you'll see why if you watch it. But he's got these tics. He's acting kind of weird, and I don't think that it was really trying to trick you. I think he was just a well-written, fleshed-out character. I thought that he had the most interesting stuff going on. Maybe that's because he was kind of weird, quote-unquote. I don't know. But, the movie wears its influences on its sleeve, most notably The Thing and The Mist, as I mentioned before. It's not as good as either film, obviously, right? But it is a very underrated movie, in my opinion. I think it gets like a solid B+. I don't know, it's an above-average B movie, right? This is considered a B movie by most, I would think. But I think it's above average, right, for that kind of film. So, saying all that, let's talk about what really attracts you to the movie. Let's talk about some of the things that it's got in the movie. And if you're not familiar with what the Gore-Score is, I don't want to repeat this in every video, but it is a worksheet that I've created. It gives me you basically have 6 categories. You get a 1 through 10 score, and you add all those up. Then you get 5 points per kill. You get points for every severed limb, broken bones, decapitation, torture, nudity, stabbings, gunshots, fights, everything. You get all kinds of stuff in this movie. Or excuse me, on this worksheet. I'm a little nervous doing this. This is my first time doing this in a very, very long time. So again, let's talk about Phantoms. Movie came out in 1998. We already talked about who it starred. The special effects, I gave a 9 out of 10. There was a lot of practical effects in this movie. I didn't expect that. There was some CGI, but I thought it was done well. The story itself, I gave it a 7 out of 10. The acting, a 7 out of 10. It was a little above average, but it could have been better. The dialogue in the movie, I actually gave it an 8 out of 10. I liked what they were saying in the movie, how they explained things. The conversation between the characters I thought was pretty solid. The bad guy rating, I gave it an 8. I wanted to go both higher and lower at times, so I thought an 8 was a pretty fair number, being that it wasn't a physical person you could look at. It was kind of an entity. It's just a Lovecraftian movie after all. At least in my opinion it is. The end of this movie, I gave it a 10. I'm not going to tell you why. Just watch it. I really liked the end of this movie. I'm very hard on movie endings. So we start off with 49 points there. Then we had 14 kills. We had 3 severed limbs in this movie. There was actually 2 decapitations in this film, which I thought was kind of crazy. Then there was 10 instances with a non-lethal gunshot or stabbing, which insane, man. 5 points each for those. Then we have there's a legend bonus. So for every legend we also have a legend bonus. So for every legendary actor in your films, you get 5 points. This one I thought had 4. You had Rose McGowan, you had Sabretooth, you had Batfleck, and of course Peter O'Toole. So you get 20 points for that. That you add all that up, it gives us a grand total gore score for Phantoms of 239. So that's the benchmark right now. If you're going to be a movie that I watch and talk about, then we've got to beat 239 points. I need to have reasons to watch your films. I need kills. I need severed limbs, broken bones, decapitations. I want boobs. Hell, I'll take a wiener. I don't care. I just want something crazy in the movie, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, would I recommend this movie? Yes. I also give a 1 to 10 recommendation scale on my Gore-Score worksheet, and the recommendation number I said was 8, because I think there's going to be people that just flat out aren't going to like this. And I don't want to say that it's like actually a 10 out of 10 movie, because it's not. So I think a recommendation score of 8. If you like the stuff that I'm into and you know me, okay, if you've watched my channel, we've talked in the past, yeah, you probably will like this movie. If you're a fan of solely A24 films, you may not care for it. As long as you can handle some like cheesy acting a little bit, some probably a little over serious tone, you'll have a great time with this movie. I think it's very underrated, and I don't think it gets talked about near enough. We have that very famous scene in, was it Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Is that which one it was? I don't know. I've probably grabbed it and put it at the front of this video by now. You know, Ben Affleck is the bomb in Phantoms, yo. Like, I don't think I knew about this movie before that. So, I don't know. It's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think 239 points is a great place to jump off on this channel and start from there. I already have another gore score for a movie called Bone Lake that I'll be doing here pretty soon as well. I want to keep these videos somewhere in the neighborhood of, 15 to 20 minutes in length. I don't want them to go too long, but I want these to be fun, and I'd love for anybody that wants to throw down an idea, feel free to do so. Obviously, I'm not going to take everybody's idea, but I will take it into consideration and take it seriously. So thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to edit this thing up and see if I can get it on the screen for you guys to watch. Again, welcome to Graveyard Shift. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you liked the video and you think I'm doing a good job, things are going to change and improve over the next couple of months, but I'm working hard. So please, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Any kind of further support is welcome as well. But we'll see you in the next video, all right? Take it easy. Peace.